Straight out of Compton, original streets. Grew up with the lion, see what the criminals see. Now he a giant and a pivotal key. Got it down to a science, this the visual streets. He came up with Bullet, he came up with Turtle. Lived life to the fullest, he put it all in the journal. We dodging them bullets, we jumping them hurdles. It's the Hood Postman, we in the streets universal.
Hood Postman, Professor Melly Bell. This is not a glorification or a glamorization. This is an education. You can go anywhere in the world and get a couple of lies, but you come right here to get the truth. Be sure to click the notification bell, like, subscribe, share, drop a comment down below. So when the dope content hit, it'll feel like it's the first and 15th. Lock the door. Professor Melly Bell, the Hood Postman. So who am I here with today?
Donna Graham.
Donna Graham. It's always good to see you, Donna Graham. How you been?
I'm fine, Melly Mel, but you make me nervous.
Well, I'll make you nervous.
I don't know.
I just conduct interviews, talk to people, talk to some of the dopest people that do some of the dopest stuff. So I think you dope, so that make you interesting. So that's why we're here. So let's get to it. One of my, let's go all the way back. What factors or circumstances led to you initially becoming a Criplett?
Raymond, Washington. Crazy Crip. I wasn't interested in gangbanging. I was low riding.
So what persuaded you to go in that route? Because if you were low riding is low riding, but gangbanging, that's a whole nother entity.
Well, I'm just gonna keep real. It was exciting, and I like gangster men, so that's why.
What kind of gangster men?
Gangsters, thug life.
Okay. So any specific ones? Is there certain types of categories, or I'm trying to figure out, how did they persuade you, Donna Graham, aka Chita, to become a Criplett?
Well, Crazy Crip lived across the street from me. He was like my little brother. And him and Raymond did a lot of time together. So when he came home the last time, he was like, Chita, I want you to meet Raymond Washington because we need a girl leader. I'm like, Kevin, I'm not doing that motherfucking shit because his name is Kevin Williams. I said, boy, I ain't doing none of that shit. So he was like, for real, I ain't playing. You gonna talk to him too. I said, bring the nigga over here. So he brought Raymond over there. He was like, Raymond, this Chita, this Raymond. We standing in the middle of the street. So I'm like, hi. He was like, yeah, Kevin had told me a lot about you. And I think you would be the right person. I'm getting ready to start an organization. He didn't say no gang banging.
Yeah, because that word wasn't even around.
It wasn't even out. He said, I'm going to start an organization and I would like for you to lead the women. I said, but I'm not with that shit. I like the low ride. I go to stops every Sunday. My brother had a 58 Chevy with a suicide door. So I was in his shit all the time, still in his shit. So anyway, he asked me to meet him at Locke High School on the field. It was a Saturday at 11 o'clock. So Crazy Crip wasn't going to let me miss the meeting. So he on my porch at 8 o'clock. I was like, it ain't time to go, but I just want you to be prepared because it's going down. He a good brother, I'm telling you, but you got to lead our hood. I'm like, Kevin, I ain't cut out for that type of shit. I'm a player, nigga. You know what I do. I'm about my money. He like, nah, sis, you gonna do this. Sis. I said he called me sis. We ended up having an affair. He was liking me the whole time. Every time I had a guy with a lowrider car, guess who in the back seat? Crazy Crip. Followed me everywhere I went. So I used to tell my little friend, shit, he ain't going with us tonight. Oh, yes, he is. And he'll hop his ass in the car. Nigga ain't gonna put him out because he got his pistol on. And everybody knows Crazy Crip as a knockout artist.
How did he get that name?
Knocking out people.
So
he was from Texas, bow-legged. He had that left hook. put you to sleep.
So it's really about that craziness, huh?
He was crazy.
So backing up a little bit for those who watch it, what was Stops? Explain to them what was Stops.
Stops was a hamburger stand on Imperial and Central.
It's no longer there, right? Right
No.
next to the canal.
Right next to the canal on the corner.
And it was 24 hours, right?
24 hours.
Okay, you mentioned a Crip meeting. So what was that? What did that organization meeting at the time? So what did that meeting consist of?
He was putting women and guys in place.
Do you remember some of the people that were there?
Crazy Crip. Shit. It was Moto was there. Everybody in the hood was there, from Back Street to Main Street.
But back then, there wasn't no such thing as Back Street and Main Street. So what you're saying, people that lived in those
areas. Yeah.
Okay.
Within our area.
Because I remember Johnny Raymond was referring to themselves as the Wash House Boys.
Yeah,
and then they went to San Pedro.
San Pedro Boys.
And then Q102. Q102.
Well, I made Q102.
You made Q102. How you make Q102?
Well, you know.
Wait a minute. Q102, that's your baby daddy? Isn't your father, your children from over there?
No, my baby daddy is PP from 11A. And he helped build the Q.
Oh, he from 11A.
I mean, he had problems. People was mad at me. I'm not going to lie. Johnny Ray, Frog, all them niggas was mad at me because who I was leading the hood. Then that meant my dude would be leading the hood with me. And I met Gerald. I was going to, it was a technology school on 82nd in Vermont. And I was going to school with Rodney and Leroy and Wolf. They would take us back there. Was a clique. It was a lowrider clique. And my baby daddy wrecked his car. So that morning, Leroy was getting ready to take us to school. You know, I had seen him a couple of times, but at the time I was married, right? So Leroy Easton's girlfriend was my friend, and we went to the same college. So I walked down to her house, a block down, and Leroy would take us, him and Gerald would take us to school every day. You know? So, and I'm older than my baby daddy. And how I found out, it was so crazy. Me and his sister, Shelly, we were real, real tight. And, you know, she was in and out of town, making her money. You know, we all, both families was about money, period. It was grown into our family. It wasn't nothing that we got up there and wanted to do. It was already made within our families. They was already out there, gang members. My cousin, Ronald Gentry, and Lil Ronnie dead today. He was the leader of the Baby Businessman. So I actually grew into the shit. You know, my grandmother was the biggest black bookie in Watts. Her and Racy. My grandmother was gay. My first fight I had at Gompers, I walked in the bathroom. You know, I had problems anyway because I didn't have a sister. And the way my parents dressed me, bitches didn't like me. And I couldn't help that. You know, shit. My daddy and them had boosters. I was wearing double knit suits, skirt sets and shit. And
you was fly.
Hey, flying me and my best friend, Margot. She was Mexican. And Margot kept going in and out of motherfucking jail, juvenile hall, and she met her a bitch in juvenile hall, and she was in love. And
where's Margot at today?
Margot died. But, yeah, Margot was her daddy was black and her mama was Mexican. And Margot died. They was trying to find me. I don't know where I was because, you know, I'm busy. I'm all over the place. Wherever I move, I'm making my money. I'm making my stamp. And don't fuck with me. If you fuck with me, I'm going to fuck with you. I'm a very nice person, for real. But come after me, put your hands on me. I'm coming for that ass. And I got hands.
So were there any specific challenges or issues that you had to face? Because you saying you was part of that first resurrection, that first initial
gunner.
So were you the very first Criplett?
The very first Criplett. And I like to meet these young ladies that say they Cripletts, because you're not. You're lying, and I'll tell you to your face. I'm the first gunner, Criplett, from Q102 East Coast, Crip. You bitches wasn't there.
Got it. Uh,
I like the meat
so
stuff too.
were there any specific, like I say, was there any specific challenges that you had to face or deal with being the very first?
Yes, I had to prove my point. I had to stand 10 toes up. But I didn't have that type of problem with the bitches because I was a likable person. I was about my money. So when I was in the hood, I'm kicking it with the hood. But when it's time for me to go get my money, I'm out the hood.
How do you think the guys that were there, how did they look at you, being that you, I mean, you was in a male dominant area, you was in a male dominant situation, right? But you being a female, how did you think that they look at you at that point?
Well, my brother was a piece of work. And they had their own 101st Street play. And they were heavy. They were going in the rooftops of the store, robbing. My daddy be like, if you don't get this shit out of my house, my daddy used to, hey, my father was so strict on me and my brother. And at the end, my daddy was a big dope dealer at the end. But he burnt up 11 keys of my brother's weed in the garage. I have a little sister. I would love to meet her.
Well, maybe he didn't want that life for you guys. Maybe he felt like he was handling it. He didn't need his kids indulging.
But and that's true. And I want to straighten this another lie out. WLCAC belongs to my father.
What does it stand for?
Watts Labor Community Action Committee on Central. My father went to prison for embezzling his own construction company. When my father got out of prison, my father took me with him to his parole officer, Mr. Mays, on 52nd and Broadway.
What are the misconceptions or stereotypes about Raymond Washington, Mac Thomas, Stanley Tookie Williams, Big David Clark? I like to put Mad Dog in that equation too, because his name comes up. What were there any misconceptions or stereotype in terms of today, how people view it today? Even Jamel Barnes, we could throw him in there.
If David Clark motto was living crazy, Crip, anybody that grew up in our neighborhood, it wouldn't be going down like that.
So you saying Mad Dog, aka David Clark, was an enforcer?
He was an enforcer, a big enforcer, and everybody was scared of him. They see David, when he got out of prison and he was built, they see that nigga coming, do you know niggas and bitches ran. So we had our own little clique. And that was Johnny Ray, from Johnny Ray's house to my house on 101st in town. So, all this riffraff they doing, we had respect about each other. We wasn't killing each other. We wasn't even shooting anybody until the Park Boys came through in a truck. I guess it was their daddy truck. It might have been their truck, but it had 2 sides on it, and you couldn't see inside the truck. The corner of my grandmother's house, me, Crazy Crip, my baby daddy, Frog, all of us, we just hanging out in front of my grandmother's house. But my daddy wouldn't have it. In the summertime, we had a big ass front yard. He let them get blankets, spend the night, all night party in the yard under his supervision. But none of this shit be going down like this. If Raymond was here, Tookie, come on. We had morals and principles about ourselves.
What role did you play in shaping the mindset of the Criplettes since you was first gunner?
Well, we wasn't trying to fuck with nobody unless somebody come fuck with us. I was at WLCAC with a tutor. When I left Gompers Junior High School, I went straight to WLCAC with a tutor teaching me math because I kept ditching the math class. So that's where I was. I was in the program from 13 to 17. That's where I was, still gangbang. Only Criplett could go in the projects.
Do you think a lot of fear, intimidation played a role in why a lot of people chose either one side or the other?
I just think it was just because they had their own little cliques in their own little neighborhood. They branched out. And I named Q102 behind the Watts Riot, the radio station.
Okay. Yeah. You stated earlier, right? One of the people that you emulated growing up. Who was that person?
Angela Davis.
What was about Angela Davis that had
Man,
such
she
an
was
impact on
down.
you?
She was a woman, and she was
Why not
a
Elaine
female.
Brown? You had Elaine Brown, you had Angela Davis, but why?
Because of what she stood for, Black Power, Panther, Black Panther. You know what I mean? She was, hey, I met Tupac Shakur. My cousin was his right-hand man over security when he got killed. So I met all of them through my son and through my cousin. So I wasn't, shit, I Tyler Perry people and been to my house and spend the night. We had one in a drug program at my house. So I'm not gonna say his name, but he is so funny.
Now that gangs somehow operate across state borders, and law enforcement probably is can't figure out how to deal with those circumstances. Now we have community people, or people that such as yourself, that's now part of organizations that now try to right the ship. You no longer participate in gang banging, but now you're part of an organization. What's the name of that organization?
It's time for real change, girls in gangs.
And what do you bring to the table?
I bring to the table schooling them. I know I'm the highest qualified woman in gang intervention. Alcohol and drug, domestic violence. I took every class I could for my girls and how to learn how to deal with them. I have a girl working at a dentist, come off the host road, got a real job, got 2 little boys, Raymond Washington daughter. I can't think of her name, but she drives trucks with my son, and her father was a big time Crip in Compton. I can't think of his name. He got killed. I can't even think of her name. But it came to Barefoot Pookie daughter. You know how we got so close? She was being who she was and being a little girl. But
She act bad?
yeah, she was bad as hell. Shit. I ain't gonna lie, that little motherfucker stuff. She tried me. I ain't gonna lie. And then her daddy had to come let her know. That's my motherfucking sister. That's why I wasn't at the funeral, because our relationship was totally different, and I wasn't coming for the look-aloo show. You feel me? So I did my thing at home by myself, and she on the phone with me every day. She asked me to speak. And I told her, I don't think I could do that one. Not that one.
Right at the turn of the year, we lost Barefoot Pookie. We lost Miss Violet, which was Raymond's mother.
Right.
How was that? How did that impact you?
Well, losing Pookie impacted me a lot. He fought for me, my job at Washington. And then I had to turn around and fight for his spot at Washington. See, I got caught up in a little mess. And people we were working for, they told me, they made me promise them that I would keep Barefoot in line while we at work. So I did, but Pookie had some illness, some sickness, and he didn't share it with everybody. So, you know, I didn't think he was to leave here. Right now today, I couldn't accept that. Because we done talked, we got plans, what he gonna do. He took me and Taco from Payback. He did a movie with us. I ain't seen the movie. I don't know if Taco's seen it. He got paid, right? So I get the word, Pookie got paid for that movie y'all did in Long Beach and woo. I'm like, huh? So I hit him, I said, nigga, so you got $2,500 for that motherfucking shit me and Taco did today, and you didn't do shit, you didn't give a shit, you didn't even, or y'all should have opened y'all mouth. I was like, he's a dirty ass, and we've been tight since.
Okay.
And then the niggas from Long Beach, they're like, well, why you got Bang knowing who I am? Why you got her? They got the cameras. I don't even remember what park we went to.
King's Park, probably.
I don't know.
That's where the insanes and that's
And
where the
so
payback
I got
started.
kind of intimidated when the nigga say, "Why you bring her?" I could have been part of the motherfucking camera crew. You know, it's just the way motherfuckers approach. And then why do I terminate so many men? And then why they gotta call and ask me what the hell going on? Who did this and who did that? And if it was another Criplett, can you come sit in my place and wear these shoes? I didn't walk in that I didn't think I was gonna be sitting here to be able to say this.
Cause you who?
Chita.
First what?
Criplett, Crip.
Scally Binders, baby. Proof of grind all the time. Music money. Got a dollar sign. Hub City. I'm a street nigga, streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products till the feds get me. It's guap off top, diamond Cartier. That nigga wall won't give a broke bitch the time of day. They see me climbing, they see me shining. That's hard work, proof of grinding. New money got me tipping in that 550. Ali, bad man, and I'm so pretty. I got that tech with me, that's my hater sprayer. Go big, grind now, nigga, play later. What can I say? I'm addicted to this paper stacking, and I don't talk about it, I just make it happen.